Hello students, good afternoon. Welcome to Communicative English class. In the last session, we discussed why we should learn the parts of speech. Am I right? And we have found that there are 3 reasons that we should learn the parts of speech. The first one is to enhance our vocabulary. Second one is to make ourselves proficient. And third one is to make an effective communication. Yes. Now let us see the next session, word order in a sentence. We already know that we communicate in a sentence form. A sentence means it consists of words. Am I right? So what is the word order? Out of 8 parts of speech, we include every word in a sentence, and every word has its own function according to the part of speech. Okay. Here basics, we'll see basic sentence structure. Of course, you know and you are aware of that what a sentence is and how the order of words and what comes first and what comes next. It's true. You are well known about this one, but still we need to work on it to work further. Okay, we need to work on some theory part of it. See this, to make an effective sentence, it needs 2 elements, subject and predicate. Okay, subject and predicate. Let us take an example and then we'll see what is a subject and what is a predicate and what is the necessary of including these 2 things. Okay, take the example, the sun sets in the west. Okay. If you see this one, a sentence talks about the subject. What is the subject here? The sun. So the sun sets in the west. So this sentence is talking about the sun. Okay. Predicate talks about what the subject does or what it is or what is done to the subject. Suppose, see that this is the sentence and this is the subject.
Exit please, madam. Pen select చేసుకోండి. పెన్ తో మధ్యలో పెట్టి మూవ్ చేయండి.
ఇక్కడ
ఎగ్జిట్ పైకి మూవ్ చేయండి.
Okay. See this sentence. The sun sets in the west. This is the subject. This is the sentence is talking about setting of the sun. Okay. This is the subject. And if you take this one, this is called predicate. A predicate speaks about what the subject does or what it is or what is done to the subject. Okay. This is subject and this is predicate. These are the 2 important elements in a sentence. If you want to construct a good sentence, it should have these 2 elements. Okay. Let us go to the next step. So here there is a small task for you. I have given 10 sentences. Just separate the subject and a predicate in the following sentences. So let's read it. First one is Mohan got a job. What is the first sentence talking about? It is speaking about Mohan. Am I right? So it is the subject. So the remaining part is Mohan is the subject, got a job, that is a predicate. Let us read the second sentence. Sita and Geeta went to Hyderabad. See, this sentence is talking about Sita and Geeta. So Sita and Geeta, it's a subject. Third one. She has answered all the questions. So this sentence is talking about the subject she. That's why it is she, and the remaining part is a predicate. Next. Some of the questions are difficult to answer. So this sentence is talking about some of the questions. See, when you compare with other three sentences, instead of one word, here there is a phrase. A phrase means a group of words that gives some meaning. Some of the questions are difficult to answer. So, are difficult to answer is a predicate. Next, they have not attended the meeting. Okay, right. There is the subject and the remaining part is predicate. Next, one of his brothers is in Lucknow. So the sentence is talking about one of his brothers. Okay, this is subject and it's a predicate. Seventh one, all these fans need repair. Okay, this is talking about fans. Next, some of the spare parts are not available. Okay, right. Next, necessity is the mother of invention. So necessity, it is talking about necessity. Next, the book and picture left an indelible impression on him. Okay, so in all these sentences, subject is present and predicate is present, so that it is giving a clear communication to the reader. If you observe these 10 sentences, there are two inevitable parts, inevitable elements. They are subject is inevitable and the verb is inevitable. If you see this one, here Mohan got a job. Got is a verb. Okay, and this is an object. Here see that Sita and Geeta went to Hyderabad. Here went is a verb and to Hyderabad is not an object. It tells about a place. Okay, next, she has answered all the questions. Right, here some of the questions are difficult. Here this is a linking verb, this is an action verb. Okay, if you see like that, every sentence has verb. Okay, this verb may be an action word or a linking word. Action word means it does some action. Linking word means if you take this one of his brothers is in Lucknow. This is called linking word or linking verb. Okay, right. Let us move to the next one. Yes. So as we know that subject is a compulsory part of a sentence. So what can be in place of subjects? Okay, in place of subject, a noun can be there. Okay, right. In a subject place, a noun can be there or a pronoun can be there. So what is a noun? So you know that a noun is a word that names of a person, a place, a thing, an animal, an idea, a quality or an action. So you might have got a doubt. Action means that's a verb. No. Let us see how an action word can also be a noun. Okay. Look at these examples. First one is Sachin runs fast. So already the nouns are in yellow color. Sachin runs fast. Okay, Sachin is the noun. And look at the verb here. The verb is run. Okay. Next sentence. Scoring 50 runs in cricket is a good score. Here in cricket is also a noun. It's a noun phrase. Okay, scoring 50 runs in cricket is a good score. See this, here is runs and here is runs. Do you think that both are same? No. We'll see the next example, then we'll go with that one. Next, running is a healthy habit. What is this running? You don't think that running is some action? But here it is used as in a subject place. What is this? Okay. Next one. Let us see all the examples and then we'll go with the explanation. How Sachin made 100 centuries is the world record. What is this here? Already made is here and then is linking word is here. Why in a simple sentence there are two verbs? You might have got a question. Now let us go back. Already we came to know that a noun is a word that names a person, a place, a thing or an animal, an idea, a quality or an action. Here, run. Run is a word. Okay. If it is placed in verb's place, it acts as a verb. Sachin runs fast. So, the run is a word, but it is placed in verb's place. That's why it is acting as a verb. Here, scoring 50 runs in cricket is a good score. So, this runs is placed in noun's place. Okay? That's why it is acting as a subject. It is acting as a noun. And running is a healthy habit. Here, actually, running, immediately when we heard the word running, immediately we think that's some action, right? But here, running is placed in subject place. That's why it becomes a noun. Okay, running means it shows an action. It is not an action word. That means it is not doing any action, but it shows some action. Running, the word action shows some action. That's why here it is used as a noun. And here, how Sachin made 100 centuries is the world record. Here, how Sachin made 100 centuries, it is called a clause, not a phrase. But scoring 50 runs in cricket is a phrase, but how Sachin made 100 centuries is a clause. What is the difference between a phrase and a clause means? A phrase means a group of words which gives some meaning but not complete meaning. It may not have a verb. Sometimes it may have, but many times it may not have a verb, and it gives sense but not complete sense. But here a clause has a subject and a verb and which has sense. Okay? And if it is put in a complete sentence, if it is added to other clause, then it gives a complete sense. How Sachin made 100 centuries is the world record. Okay? So here is in a nouns are used, nouns or noun phrases or clauses are used in a subject's place. Okay? Okay, let us see. Now move to predicate. Already we discussed that what is an inevitable part in the predicate. A verb is an inevitable part in the predicate. Okay? Already we have seen all these examples. So if you see that this is just I'll underline the verbs in these sentences. Okay? So a linking word, and this is an action word, this is a linking verb. Okay? This is also a linking verb. This is also a linking verb. This is an action word. See that in all the sentences, verb is an inevitable part. Let us see. So verb is an inevitable part. Then what about the other parts in the predicate? Okay. So how other parts can be decided means it depends on the verb. That means here the verb may be an action verb or a linking verb. Here suppose if you see this one, he saw the movie. Right? He saw the movie last night. This saw is an action word. What does he see? He saw a movie. Okay? So that means the action forwards from this person to that object. So that's why here it is called an action word. But in the second sentence, she is a good girl. Here there is no action, but it is telling about what she is. Okay? So that's why it is called a linking word. Now, here the action verb may be transitive or intransitive. What is transitive and what is intransitive? You know that transit, transport, that indicates some movement. Am I right? Transport, you know, transport. So transit, they both show some movement. Like this transitive verb transfers its action to something or someone. That means the action transfers from subject to the object. For example, see this, in this example, he saw the movie last night. Some action is seeing. So who saw? He saw. What did he see? The movie last night. So the action transferred from one to the other. That is called transitive verb. In other words, we say that it affects something or somebody else. Okay? Then it needs an object. That means if we use a transitive word in the sentence, a transitive verb in the sentence, it needs an object. The other side, the intransitive verb means there is no movement of action. Okay? So an intransitive verb makes sense without anyone because there is no movement of action. And some verbs may be used in both the ways, maybe transitive or intransitive. Right. So you might have got a doubt. How to identify a transitive verb? Because we may not know that whether it is transitive verb or intransitive verb. But you can know, just to question the verb, what or who, then you get some answer. Then you can say it is transitive verb. If you don't get the answer, that you can say that it is an intransitive verb. What and who. For example, take this one. John threw the ball. You don't know whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb. Just ask a question. What? What did John throw? Then you will get an answer, the ball. So that you can say that the throw is a transitive verb. It needs an object. Okay? So here the sentence is complete. A subject is here, a verb is here, and an object is here. So that the communication will be, it will be communicated properly. Next. Next one. Could you phone the neighbors? Here is you is a subject. Okay. Here phone is a transitive verb, an action word. Just question it. Who or what? You will get the answer. Take this one. I caught a cold. You apply the same principle. Ask it. What did I catch? Who caught it? you will get an answer. Okay? So this is also a transitive verb. Next one. Leela conveyed the message. What did Leela convey? Who conveyed the message? Now you got the answer. So these are all transitive verbs. Just you ask a question, if you get an answer, then it is transitive verb. Every transitive verb must have an object. Then only it is communicating properly. Let us move to the next part. Okay. Let us see some examples of intransitive verb. An intransitive verb does not require an object to act upon. Yes. Check this. They jumped. Just ask a question. What did they jump? Who jumped? What did they jump means you don't get any answer. They jumped, that's all. Here there is no object to receive the action. Okay? That's why this is an intransitive verb. The dog ran. Yes, here also. And she sang. That's all. Of course, here sang may be a transitive verb also. Suppose if you add she sang a song, that means this song, and jumped also, it also act as transitive verb. Okay. If you take this one, this example, sang, she sang a song. What did she sing? Then you will get some answer, a song. But without an object also, it is giving sense. She sang, that's all. So that's why it is acting in both the ways. Here, if you make a sentence, she sang, it is correct without an object also. Next, a light was shining. Okay, no need of any object. This is purely an intransitive verb. Just move it. So many verbs are both transitive and intransitive. Here see that. Urged by others, she sang. Here two contrast examples. Urged by others, she sang. Right. Okay. In this case, it is intransitive verb. It doesn't require any object. But see this one. She sang the national anthem. Here, this verb is acting as a transitive word because it is forwarding some action. Next, after he cleaned up, he left. Take another sentence. He left the gift on the table. You might have understood that how a word can be used in can be used transitive form, intransitive form, and intransitive form. Okay, right. Now let us see some basic sentence structures. Let us see at least 8 or 9 structures, basic sentence structures. The first one, simple one, is subject plus verb. Generally in this structure, this verb is generally intransitive. Like she sang, the birds fly, they jumped. Okay, these are simple sentences with subject and with intransitive verb. If you see the second model, subject plus transitive verb and direct object. You have come to understand that what is transitive verb, and direct object is another new word. What is a direct object? That means if the action is affected somebody directly, then it is called direct object. Okay. Next one. Here, take the example. She plays football. Okay. She plays football. Next, subject plus transitive verb, direct object, indirect object. Here we already came to know that direct object means when action affected somebody else, then it is direct object. If it is not directly affected, but it has some effect, then we say it is an indirect object. For example, he gave books to his friend. See that gave. What did he give? He gave books. To whom he gave books? To his friend. Okay, that's why it is a direct object and this is an indirect object. So it can be rewritten like this: subject plus transitive verb plus indirect object and direct object. So he gave his friend books. So both the sentences are similar, but here the order of the words are different. Here direct object comes, then indirect object. Here indirect object comes first and then direct object. Okay, let us see the other models of sentences. Yes. This is subject plus linking verb and complement. What is complement? A complement is telling something about the subject. Generally, this complement word is an adjective or sometimes a noun also. Take this one. His brother is a lawyer. So that means a lawyer. This object is telling about or adding something to his brother. That's why it is called complement. A complement may be a noun phrase, an adjective, a preposition phrase, or a pronoun. So in this case, it is a noun phrase. Suppose his brother is a well-known person. That's a noun phrase. His brother is intelligent. Then that is an adjective. Okay, like that. Next one, subject plus transitive verb plus object complement. Here in this case, a lawyer is a subject complement because this phrase is talking about subject. That's why it is called subject complement. But take this example, we consider him intelligent. So this intelligent, this word is talking about the object him. That's why it is called object complement. One thing you should remember, complement comes always after the verb. Either it may be a subject complement or it may be an object complement. So these complements may consist a noun phrase, an adjective, a preposition phrase, or a pronoun. Okay, right. This is about complement. Let us go to the next one. Sixth model of a sentence. Subject plus verb plus adjunct. What is adjunct? So the word itself tells. Add. What is add? Adding something. Okay. He runs fast. What is fast? What is it telling? It is adding some information to the verb. Adjunct. Adding something. Okay. So adjuncts are optional constituents in a sentence. Optional means sometimes we have, sometimes we may not have. Okay. They convey the time, place, or manner. So an adjunct may be a noun phrase, an adverb, a preposition phrase. See that in fifth model, that in a complement may be a noun phrase, an adjective, or a preposition, because it is complementing something. Okay, that's why adjective is included there. But here it is adding something to the verb. That's why here is an adverb. See, that's it. There are examples. He runs fast. So this word fast tells about the manner of action. In the second example, he saw the movie last night. This last night tells the time of the action. Okay, next, we deposited money in a bank. So in a bank is an adjunct. It is adding something to the verb. That means where did we deposit? We deposited money in a bank. So in a bank is telling about a place. Next, we met the actor in the park yesterday. So here there are two adjuncts. So in the park means it is telling about the place, and yesterday means it is telling about the time. Okay, so in a sentence there may be more than one adjunct. I think it is clear for you. Let us move to the next one. Sorry, it's the last one. Let us repeat, let us just revise once what we have gone through today. Okay, yes, we discussed today the word order in a sentence. These are all basic sentence structures. After that we'll move beyond this one. Let us see what the basic sentence structure has. So in a basic sentence structure or in any sentence, first of all there are two important constants. One is subject and another one is predicate. Of course there are some sentences without a subject. But if you want to make a meaningful sentence, these two are the inevitable parts. Okay, so subject means sentence talks about the subject and predicate talks about what the subject does. Okay, right. So what did we do in this exercise? We have identified what the subject is and what the predicate is. So and then what we came to know that in a predicate, verb is necessary. Without verb there is no predicate. So here a subject means a noun or a pronoun. And a subject phrase is also there. Okay, that means a word, that means in a subject place you use a noun, but a word which is acting as a verb, if it is placed in subject's place, then it also acts as a noun. Okay, so here we did some activity. This, okay. And here from here onwards we discussed what are the other parts in a predicate, and we discussed what is transitive verb and what is intransitive verb. Okay, then how to identify the transitive verb. When you ask a question, when you ask the verb what and who, then you will get the answer, then it is transitive verb. Okay, we have seen some examples of intransitive verb, right? And some verbs are transitive and intransitive also. It depends upon what they do in the sentence. Okay, then we discussed 6 models of basic sentences. Okay, this is this one, right? So this is about today's class. In the next class, we will talk about the word order in if there are more than one adjective and if there are more than one adverb, then how they are placed. Okay, thank you.